Alright, enough Game of Thrones. Welcome back, YouTube fans, and let me explain what this is. This is my Vantec HX4 hard drive dock, and it looks great. I mean, just picture and links in the description of it on Amazon for $100. I'm like, oh, look at that, it's good. A couple of reviews were like, meh, but I took the risk because it looked better than any other hard drive dock I've ever seen. So, once you take the lid off, pull out this fan that's like 10 millimeters. Then you remove these aluminum plates, which they claim, oh, it's aluminum, so it disperses heat, but yeah, there's plastic, like thick wafting plastic underneath there. So that aluminum is doing jack shit. It's a beautiful design, by the way. It all comes apart in layers. If I can get it apart correctly. There we go. There's a top hard drive. The top hard drive, there's 4 hard drives. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. And the problem with this whole situation is air comes in the bottom. There's vents all on the bottom. And they hit the first hard drive, and that's fine. And then that hot air travels to the second hard drive. And that gets a little warm. And then it goes up to this third hard drive, where the air just goes straight past it. Doesn't even give a shit, because it's the only channels are here. This is completely blocked off. These channels here, it goes right past. And then the top hard drive is fine because it's under the fan. So this third hard drive here gets to the point where it malfunctions and you can't touch it. So I'm going to attempt a modification on this because I don't want to buy another one until I build my Mega 12 hard drive holder. I'm going to attempt to modify this a bit. Bigger fan. I've got this thermal take. I got a whole... Here's my box of fans. You should all have a box of fans, by the way, at this point in your careers. And I'm going to take these and I'm going to drill holes. I got holes already in one. There's a 1/2-inch holes on either side. And I'm going to, when I put the aluminum back, I'm going to mount it slightly offset so the air can actually travel down and get to each hard drive fresh instead of traveling up past, because this is just a bad system. I was going to try to... Look, I made a little stubby one. I was going to try to drill holes in this, which is the front plate. Well, oh, good. I could just, drill holes up and down here. But it actually, those grooves, these aluminum clip into, so there's absolutely no point in it even being that large in the first place. So that's a design fault on their part. So, bigger fan, more venting, slight spacing, and then I'm going to run it for a while and see how it does. And this also has a slight problem of disconnects. This particular one, sometimes it'll work great, sometimes you got to restart your computer, sometimes you got to restart the actual power on this. It eventually comes on, and I get about 41 or 2 megs read and write through USB 3, which is pretty good, and 21 hard drives inside the same array. No RAID. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm going to drill holes. I've marked them all out, and I'm probably going to do progressively smaller holes, so that more air goes in the bottom, and more air goes in this one, and then less and less, because, well, one I had the problem with the third one, so should that have the biggest holes? Good thing about this is I could always just take it apart and swap them around and put it back together. And that's what I'm doing right now. We'll talk about my new computer build later. Remember that? That's not there anymore.